Hello and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. I'm Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. I've been happily married over the last 15 years and I also have an energetic son, keeps me on the run just like the markets. If you have been seeing my last few videos where I have been sharing on how to analyze the markets through the lens of the indices, we have seen that the indices have played along as we have anticipated. And once again, we are going to look at what are the scenario which are presenting before us after this weekly expiry. Well, we were looking at some kind of tricky situation once the RBI event is over, but then with the status quo being maintained by RBI, it was a non-event. Now we need to look forward and find out what are the triggers which we can expect and what is the pathway ahead for the indices. So once again, we will take our innings and we'll start our innings with the Nifty. And what we have right now is the daily chart of the Nifty. As you can see, the daily chart of the Nifty continues to hold on to the bullish bias and it is trying to make an attempt. All right, it is trying to make an attempt to revive, and we have seen that yes, it did revive from the 50 zone, which is the neutral zone on the RSI, and it has crossed above the 60 level on the RSI, which is indicating some slight bit of bullishness, but it's still not enough for the Nifty to move ahead. And that's why if you notice on the daily chart, this is called as a doji. Doji means uncertainty, and the uncertainty which is seen on the chart right now is definitely a cause of concern, and we need to be cautious. It doesn't mean any sign of bearishness, nor does it mean sign of bullishness. It just means that at closer to the higher bounds, Nifty is facing some resistance. So we have to watch our step as we move ahead. That is what is the message which we are getting from the indices, especially the Nifty right now. And if you take a look at the intraday charts, let's go and take a look at the intraday charts. We will come to finding out suitable levels a little later. Now, let's try and understand what is happening in the index. If you take a look at the last 3 days, let me just put off this price. You can see here there is a constant move to the upside. So I'm using the concept of mean reversion. You can see there is a constant attempt to move higher. So yes, there is a steady step up, and now we should continue to expect Nifty to hold above its pivot zones, which is coming to. We will take the help of NeoTrader for that, and NeoTrader helps you to find out the key levels to watch out for the next day. It also tells you the key resistance zones to watch out for the next day and the support levels. So with the key support and resistance level being made available to you through NeoTrader, it really makes your job very, very easy. And with this constant updates which I'm giving you on the videos which has been presented in this channel, you can see that the way the pivot confluences have worked out, they have been working really well. So let's go and see on the consolidated view. I don't know if you had seen the earlier videos, but then if you're taking a look at this, concentrate on how we can tie up the pivot levels and how NeoTrader helps you to look ahead. That's the advantage of pivot, and I simply love pivot because they tell you a key point on the stock or key point on the index to watch out for. So as we step into the next day, which is tomorrow, so let's try and find out what are the key levels. So as you can see here immediately, currently Nifty is at 11,200. This is Nifty spot, which I'm saying. So it is right at the pivot. And what are the key levels to watch out for tomorrow, which is 11,280 on the upside. Your R1 is tying up with the R1 on multi-day. So that sews up the levels on the upside. And on the lower bound, what can we look for the lower bound? On the lower bound, you can expect somewhere to the region of S3Vs, which is our profit booking zone, tying up with your S1 on the multi-day. So you have 11,000 to 11,030 on the lower side. You have got 11,000 to 60 to 280 on the upside. So that looks to be a nice bound for the index to watch out for. And if Nifty is going to play out on this in this zone for tomorrow, so it could be a pretty range bound day, and we should be looking at some stock specific action, as also we are coming to the end of the week. So that's my overall view about how the indices are placed right now on the Nifty. Now let's move down to the other index, which is the Bank Nifty, and find out what is there on store. So let's again go down to the Bank Nifty chart, and this is the Bank Nifty chart. Those who had seen the video yesterday, you can see that there was a double top on the Bank Nifty, and it is currently threatening this zone, which is around 21,000. So as long as this level continues to hold, we are on the safe territory. You could have seen some sell off considering the turn of events which had happened due to the RBI policy. But now, since there is no breakdown here, we will continue to retain our bullish bias. But then, what again seems to be worrying as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned is the formation again of a doji. So Nifty as well as Bank Nifty have formed a doji, and yes, between both, Bank Nifty seems to be struggling at the moment. And if the key levels of 21,000 were to give away, we could experience a sharp fall. We could experience close to a 1,500-point fall. So we are looking at Bank Nifty in a very, very tentative phase. So if the bullish phase or the bullish bias, which is continuing to be generated at lower levels, is going to recede or it's going to give away, it can happen only when Bank Nifty moves below 21,000. So the index which you should be tracking aggressively is Bank Nifty. All right. So if you take a look at the intraday charts also, you can see here that, let me just go on to the intraday charts. You can see here that the intraday charts are showing some revival opportunities, and the current intraday charts revival zone is around 21,400. So as a step down, the first area to watch out for will be 21,400. You can see here that around this zone there is some buying emerging. Let me just mark that for you. You can see here around that zone, Bank Nifty seems to be holding out, and it has shown some promise over the last 3 sessions. Now we got to see whether this level will be given away, or if it does happen, then the next point where it could halt is at 21,000. And if 21,000 breaks, then you have got a steep downside. So now if I were to correlate this once again using our NeoTrader. NeoTrader is the #1 trading software in India, and the way it gives out the kind of confidence, the levels, etc., it will give you great clarity on how to read the markets. This is what I've been doing. You can go and watch each of my videos in over the last 10 days, and you will see the levels marked out in the video have come out very, very well. So once again, as we step down into the charts, we are noticing that while Bank Nifty is at 21,642 on the spot, you can see here it is just shy of this pivot. And what is happening right now is on the lower bounds. All right, on the lower bounds, you have got this confluence zone. Like we said, 21,400. We had seen it on the charts. You can see here how quickly your analysis can correlate with the chart. You don't have to worry. The entire juice of the chart is captured by the pivot. And if you do a strong pivot analysis, you will be able to correlate with the market much better. Now, what we are seeing is how far do we have on the upside? On the upside, the immediate zone which we have to mark out for is the R1, beyond which we can expect some bullishness, which is close to the pivot level. So let me just put a different pivot color so that you can get some idea. Let me just change it. You can see here right now that the R1, this is the R1, and this is the pivot. So there is a confluence here. So we are expecting we are expecting that if Nifty were to move or open above the pivot tomorrow, then the next level to watch out for is 21,850 to 21,900. You got room till there. So those of you who are active, aggressive intraday players, you can go for that move and participate for that range. And if it moves beyond that, okay, if it moves beyond that, then what can we look at? Let's go and take a look at that. So we have some levels on the upside. So let me just for the levels you can see here right now, that if there were some movement to the upside, you can find out that yes, at higher levels around 22,525, but 22,525 here, and then 22,195 is your upside. So 22,195 is the next possibility for the bank Nifty once it crosses the 21,900 mark. So once it crosses 21,900 mark, it has got potential to go till 22,195. There are no set of pivot confluences which are visible right now. So 22,195 seems to be the next possible target if this level is exceeded around 21,900. So it looks to be a strong upside, a range bound, a 300 point move which we can expect in Bank Nifty. But then the way they are positioned right now, it is a touch or go. But then let's see whether what we have in store. So again, due to some continuous demand which I have had, I have not analyzed Bank Nifty for a while. So once again, today I'm covering the Bank Nifty, and I have the Bank Nifty charts with me. I put on the 30-minute chart here, and you can see here that the Bank Nifty the Nifty IT. I have been asked to analyze the Nifty IT by some of my viewers, so I'm going to analyze the Nifty IT. So let me just start with the daily chart. Okay, this is the daily chart. All right, and the constant, if you see, and let me just adjust this RSI level. I'll just make it 70. It says that strong bullishness. You can see here the bullishness which has been generated in this ever since it moved above this 16,000, though it has continuously maintained, and once it crossed it and it created an all-time high, it has been maintaining it ever since. So now if I were to take in some kind of some more data on the cards, you can see here that there is a nice support being maintained. You see here the nice support. So it did come closer to the support line, trend line, but then you can see here the RSI pull back towards the 70 zone, right? RSI pull back towards the 70 zone. There's a pullback to 70, and then a revival once again. So there's a nice flag breakout also which has emerged, and you can see that yes, today's bullishness was quite strong, and the way it panned out. Now let's go down to the intraday charts, and let's go down to the intraday charts and see what can we observe on the Nifty IT. You can see here that the Nifty IT charts are in a continuous rounding formation. So you can see here the way the rounding is being formed. There's a nice rounding formation, which is a clear signal that the Nifty IT index will be definitely in command tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you're going to once again look at the IT stocks, it would be a good ploy to first look at the IT, and if the IT is giving a go ahead, then that will be the sector to watch out for, because it is showing some very good promise of moving ahead. There's a nice rounding pattern here. You can see here there's a nice rounding pattern, continuous rounding, and it is going up. So yes, it does look like there could be more upside seen in Nifty IT, and the way Nifty IT is poised, let me see what kind of setups which we can see forecast. So let me just take this, let me take maybe 75-minute chart. Okay, let me stick to the 30-minute chart, and let me try a projection here. So currently it is at 18 to 28. So probability to move up. The first step is okay. Room is there till 18,480 if everything goes good. So first stop is its former high, which is 18,338. Then you can expect a move towards 18,480. So yes, Nifty IT index is positive, and the momentum continues to head higher. And even on the daily charts, it is completely in the bullish territory. So Nifty IT is the index to watch out for. So as far as the ranking is concerned, we will put Nifty IT at number 1, we will put Nifty at number 2, and Bank Nifty at number 3. So these are the rankings which I have outlined for tomorrow. So yes, it's an interesting day tomorrow as we end the week. The week has been a little docile. There has been spurts of index movement, but then it has been largely for the intraday players. Now we not need to see whether the revival which we are seeing on the indices, whether it will continue to make fresh highs or whether Bank Nifty will play the villain once again. That's all for now. I hope you liked what I've shared with you on this particular video and given you some analysis. I'll be coming up with my week ahead video where I'll plan what can be the plan of action for the entire week with the suitable levels. I hope you will share your comments on this particular video. Do like and subscribe to our channel. If you like what I've shared, do leave a comment, and also share this video with as many people as possible, because this kind of structured analysis of the indices is not done anywhere on the internet. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.